Soccer National Championships are brought to you in part by the National Guard, the official armed forces branch of. A minimum of 1 minute has been added onto the first half, and as a reminder, after the halftime whistle, we'll have highlights and recap of the first half live from Field 14. Game number 3 of the day of 4, and the final game will be a U18 Girls matchup. And attempt at a turn and go for Sting 2000. And you'd never guess that Sting would have the lead based on their temperament and how they feel toward the head referee at this moment. But again, all you need is one chance. Madison Gorman out to the middle, trying to go right up the center, and no one was outletting despite the fact that the midfield was clamping down on Legends. And that will do it for the first half of play here from Field 14. And it's Sting 2000 after a chip-in coming from the boot of Rachel Wasserman on a counterattack. They lead 1-0 after 35 minutes. You're watching coverage of the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships presented by the National Guard. We'll be back from the Maryland SoccerPlex with more, including first half highlights, in a few short moments. This presentation of the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships are presented in part by the National Guard, the official armed forces branch of U.S. Youth Soccer and presenting sponsor of the National Championships. By Nike, the official supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Capri Sun, the official ready-to-drink juice of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Turbo Sports Group, the official video streaming production company of the National Championships. And don't forget, you can order and purchase any broadcast from this year's event by logging on to turbosportsgroup.com. By Happy Family, the official on-the-go superfood of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Kohl's, the official department store of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, an official sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Nestle Nesquik, the official post-game drink of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Skills, the official player performance training sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Wilson Trophy Company, the official awards, medals, and pins supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By the NSCAA, a proud partner of U.S. Youth Soccer. And by Major League Soccer. U.S. Youth Soccer is the official grassroots partner of the MLS. 1-0 on the scoreline in favor of Sting 2000 over Legends FC, and despite the fact the scoreline reads in favor of Sting, most of the play has been in favor of Legends. Just a few touches too wide and not able to develop on a lot of far chances. Sting did have a few runs, and that's been the key thus far, is despite the fact that they're hanging back inside their own half, they have to keep making plays and developing them up front. While on the counter end, Legends has been very good and tactile in moving forward over the course of this game. And here's the chance in the volley up and over, coming from the boot of Rachel Wasserman, her first career goal in the tournament in the first of the week, and off the hand of Madison Soto, makes it a 1-0 game in the 18th minute of play, and it's that counterattack that really worked so well, coming from Sting, to advance that play. A few counters of their own for Legends FC. Emily Knowles trying to circle it in front, and again, the back line of Sting has been able to help out Alexa Fetterman whenever possible, especially chances inside the 18 like these. Coming through, and some of them just decent touches, not toward the goal, as close to the post as they could want. This was a nice heading chance by Vanessa Evans, and Evans found it just over the crossbar. And some few unlucky chances as well for Legends FC, but they continue to play and create movement along the wings to center it in front. And look at the tactical skills by Emily Knowles. Great fundamentals, just hasn't found the scoring boot just yet. Legends FC had two corners, one for Sting 2000, and still the better chances for Legends. That one hitting back off and out. And unfortunately, the defending national champions for this age group, they're unable to capitalize, as again the scoreline remains 1-0. Back in a quick second for the second half for more of the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. Second half of play about to commence in this U14 girls game and the final day of round-robin play between Legends FC 99 and Sting 2000. Flanagan, Colin Shuck with you from Field 14. We'll have one more game to end round-robin play later on this afternoon, but for now, teams will switch sides. meaning that Sting, the team in blue, will move from right to left, and Legends FC will move from left to right, the team in charcoal gold and black. 1-0 lead as we go into the second half of play. We get set here. Legends tries to dump it in deep, and they had possession for their attacking half for most of the first half, and here comes a run by Yaquez. Trying to cut toward the middle, and Sting crying foul, and it'll be a goal kick either way for that club. But again, Legends holding possession for most of the first half and keeping an attacking threat. It'll be crucial for them to finish on one of these chances off of this goal kick coming out to the far side. Emily knows. She loses possession of it as Sting's able to clear up and out along the near sideline. It goes off of Janae Lee on that far side and will be a throw-in for Sting now. In that area, Legends trying to push forward and keep Sting at bay. Here comes a rush back the other way. Some open players for the strikers for Sting. Cut out by Lauren Butler, the midfielder. Butler listed in all 13 games in Legends FC play. Played all last season as part of that championship team as well in the U13 bracket. To the near side, to Nia Harris. Harris racing up the wing to the 18, trying to cross inside. Still a chance in front, finally cleared out by Sting and will move for a throw-in. Coben was the one to finally cut that out as one of the other defensive backs just couldn't get a foot on it right inside the 18-yard box. Now 50-50 ball and one player going hard to the turf. It was a clean hit, just tripped over the ball in the contact, and Paige Rodo coming up with a little grimace on her face. And now Nia Harris, beautiful ball to keep that in play up the near sideline. To the 18, trying to deke inside, moving toward the inside, and once again that's taken away. That time Marilyn Hansen there. I'll make a correction, Jillian Deaver. As the ball goes to Alexa Fetterman, that'll roll out now for a goal kick. Up the middle off the punt. Once again, it's Deaver. Up through the middle. This one now is Madeline Hansen on the far side, and it goes off of her and out of play. A throw-in now for Janae Lee and Legends. And a foul called against Alexander Yaquez, and it's now a free kick for Sting. Josh Hodges and the bench for Sting, very vocal about their play overall. Turnover now. Kaylee Ramirez takes it away. Back to the other side. Crossing in front. Inside for a chance inside the 18. Save made by Fetterman. Still not out of danger just yet. Here comes Knowles trying to feed it toward goal in the far post, and Vanessa Evans just curled that a little too far in the wrong direction, so it'll be a goal tick, but a strong chance. A feed in front for Alexander Yaquez, and just runs right into Alexa Fetterman with little room to maneuver. Beautiful setup by Emily Knowles, and just couldn't finish it. They've had a number of chances like that over the course of the game, and still just cannot find the goal. Thought to come back the other way. Now Legends continuing to push. Lauren Butler back to the inside. Back to Ramirez up the middle. Butler trying to feed it at far side. And hit off Nia Harris. And back out of play. Sting able to clear it out. The only player back behind the 50-yard line at the moment is Madison Soto. Legends keeping strong in possession. But possession won't be everything if they can't get at least an equalizer. And a throw-in now for Sting on the far side. And Sting Soccer Club as well. 2 of the 13 U14 Ehlers Cups back in 2007 and 2011. And that's what these teams are playing for this week in this bracket.
Get up, defenders.
Nels looking to advance and taken away by Sting and Brittany Malone. Now over toward the far side. Matisse is in the area, but Yaquez wins that. And looking across fields, it's Elaine Taylor. Out to center and circling around Isabel Juarez. And up the far side. Looking for a read to Nels. And more open space. Cut out by Sting, and it continues to try to roll right through the middle area. They seem to be comfortable just giving it up to their center strikers instead of trying to look up the line. Played up a bit, and I got another run at it, but look at Francis and Matisse. She had a chance to move up that line, and instead, her first thought was to cross it inside instead of keeping it out to the wing and then crossing it in where you have space. Now move out. Oh, that looked to be a good look for Wasserman, who already has one tally, but stopped. Now back the other way. Emily Nose to the corner. Stopping outside the 18. Trying to cross in front for a chance in front. Ramirez is there, still with the ball at the edge of the 18. Going to the far side, up and in! Alexandra Yaquez, the first goal for Legends FC. Finds the equalizer, it's 1-1. The strong play by Legends, and she's been knocking at the door the entire second half. 2013 Best 11 nomination, gets her first goal in her career in the tournament, and evens the game at 1. That goal coming in the 41st minute of play. And finally it pays off for him. Take another look. The run up the near side was a crucial beginning to that. And the nice cross inside. Kaylee Ramirez was right in there, fending off all three defenders. And then that ball just scooted to the left side of the 6-yard box. And Alexa Fetterman tried her best to try to stop that and went in favor of Legends instead. Ball now travels back all the way to Madison Soto, and things will regroup once again for Legends. In the back line, Nicole Diaz. Right up the middle, and they can keep the play continuing overall, as there'll be a throw-in taken by Elaine Taylor along that far side. Taylor's still waiting around. Finally brought in. Up the middle, there's a little bit of room. Looking for Nia Harris. Harris trying to drop it back and just touched by a toe of a defender. But immediately right back for Vanessa Evans. Looking for the far reach. Inside the 18. Going towards goal. Another chance for one. And a kick save and a beauty by Alexa Fetterman. Going out to her right. Almost was the second for Yaquez, and just couldn't put it past the sliding Alexa Fetterman. Sting trying to find some kind of momentum. Again, a couple pieces can get them the go-ahead goal for the second time in this game, but again, it's still just Legends continuing the pursuit offensively and in the midfield area, and keeping the ball in Sting's own area. Now at the far side, looking for a lead pass. It looked to be good initially, looking for Paige Roto. And taken back the other way. Emily Nose looking for another run up the far side. Yaquez inside the 18. And again, Fetterman and Yaquez working one-on-one against each other over the course of the second half. There could be a second one in store. If she can just get a favor, as there will be a substitution for Sting upcoming. It's Carolyn Simpson. And so Simpson will come in and the forward, 2 goals in 6 games, again mentioned before, part of that 5-1 victory in the semifinal versus PTFC Black. And so play will resume along the far side. Sting once again, throwing it in and trying to maintain possession. Instead, Legends takes it back once again. They're a little bit further in their own zone than they'd like to be, but Sting's starting to press up forward a little bit thanks to that throw initially. Now up to the far side, a run for Matisse. And cut out again by Savannah Kessler. And an advance by Taylor is taken out of bounds for a quick throw-in now. Looking toward the middle, Simpson, who just entered the game. Taken down along the far side and still running along the touchline. Right now, Taylor looking for a launch upfield. Has Jaquez with speed, and that'll be knocked out of bounds for a throw-in. Knockout by Brittany Malone, the center back. It'll be Kaylee Ramirez to take the throw. Looking for options. A turn by Nos. Nos inside the 18. Here's a chance here for Legends. Inside for Nia Harris coming to the near side. And that'll be a foul against Nia Harris, possibly disrupting play. And smart idea by Nos to fake inside cut back out. And just hit off of the elbow of Nia Harris. And so instead of a chance to get the go-ahead goal, they'll have to come back in possession of the team in blue. Sting now. Looking for a run up the near side. That's cut out by Nicole Diaz. Nia Harris turned back over. Pedroto advancing to the near side. Now Wasserman, who has the lone tally. Wasserman still dancing around the 18. Maybe too many touches, and she loses possession on the near side to Diaz. Ramirez now once again up the near sideline, and Harris wasn't looking in that direction, so it'll be a throw-in now. And on the near side, Brianna Duckett. She'll come in, and a quick substitution taking out Harris. Brooke Burns will take the throw. Drop back to Burns to clear it in. And turn right back over to Legends once again. Play could still settle down for both teams if they keep the ball close to their feet. Lauren Butler now, looking for a long feed, looking for Duckett racing in, and they'll call offside on Duckett, so play will come back once again. Duckett, who just came back in with fresh legs. Just unfortunate, couldn't find a nice run, but a nice idea to move up the middle, and Butler with the feed pass too. That really made a big difference in that as well. Jillian Deaver will clear it. Sting trying to advance it. Right up the middle. There's a little bit of room to run. It'll be a foot race now. Savannah Kessler and Carolyn Simpson. Kessler gets there first, and the ball just not able to keep in bounds. Falling over the goal sign was Kessler, and so another throw-in coming for Sting. Ball launched up the far side. There's some speed now building for Jaquez. She mulls over a player but keeps possession. Jaquez now going toward the 18, looking for a cross inside. Here's No still toward goal, and Duckett was there, and Fetterman came out just in the nick of time. One goal for either side, one coming in the first half, one coming in the second. Sting took a 1-0 lead from the boot of Rachel Wasserman in the 18th minute. And Legends equalized in the 41st. Now Duckett another chance to get inside. She has a lot of room going to the 18. Across to the 18-yard box. That misses well wide. And so now to the far side, Francis and Matisse. She'll try to bring it up, and she's sandwiched. And now Ramirez for Legends. To Nos. Toward the inside. Still some room. Nos with a chance at goal. And missing just wide. And it'll go out now for a goal kick. Another look at that Duckett play, and racing right in, and unfortunately just sailed it right over the top of the entire 18-yard box. A lot of wide open room, but a nice cutback by Duckett to find that room, cutting to the near side. Looking for Knowles on the back post, and Knowles couldn't be there. Another look from that shot from her. And right idea, just didn't have the right look toward it. Mackenzie Moore will come back into the game. And Yaquez will take a seat and limping a little bit with a right ankle. And so now back the other way, Sting come back. A long lead pass, and no one's around but Madison Soto. Haven't called her name very much. Most of the play keeping in Sting territory or around midfield. Could be a chance for another one. Wasserman giving a foot race. Wasserman still with a chance. And she finds the ball on the outside. It should be a corner kick upcoming now for Sting. And for Sting 2000, it's their second corner of the game and first of the second half overall. It'll be taken by Mackenzie Zimmerman. Zimmerman is toward the outside of the 18. Possible trailer. Crossing into the box. A chance inside for a header. It's still live. Ball still coming around the top of it. Chance for a goal. And it comes to the near side. Another one blocked in front. Still continual chances for Sting. And there will be a foul called against Sting 2000. So Legends will get a break right in there. But dangerous play and a couple chances for Carolyn Simpson. Another look at that. The initial header coming from the far side. Simpson was there, and first shot blocked, and the next one almost a wide open chance for Francis Amatisse, and a big stop by the defender in behind on the goal line. Preserves it to a 1-1 scoreline. And so now substitutes coming in, and we'll take this time to remind you that the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships brought to you in part by the National Guard, the official armed forces branch of U.S. Youth Soccer, and presenting sponsor of the National Championships. By Nestle Nesquik, the official post-game drink of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Nike, the official supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Skills, the official player performance training sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Wilson Trophy Company, the official awards, medals, and pin supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By the NSCAA, a proud partner of U.S. Youth Soccer. And by Major League Soccer. U.S. Youth Soccer is the official grassroots partner of the MLS. And so now another throw-in coming in for Legends.
See what you got.
And it'll be a quick touch foul. Coming to the far side. And a cross in. And Legends still trying to pursue up the middle of the field. And brought back up the middle by Kessler. And so now play moving up and finds the center back for Legends. Once again out to the near side, turned right over to Wasserman. Chance for Sting to counter. Up the middle, Simpson. Had a chance before. Can she have one again? No, that'll be tacked out of play by Savannah Kessler, and it'll move now for a throw-in once again, and this time on the near side for Sting. Up the far wing, across inside to the box. That's cut out once again, but overcome by Sting. Now Wasserman volleyed toward goal. That'll go well over top of the goal. And out for a goal kick. A couple more substitutions for Legends coming in. Lily Hernandez-Repreza. And Aline Taylor will come back into the game. Taylor races back to her position at left back now. Coming in for Janae Lee. And out for the goal kick now. Play has nestled more around the midfield area, and Sting with a couple more chances, but a run here now for Legends. Still looking for the go-ahead goal at a 1-1 scoreline here in the 55th minute of play. Butler, up the middle, to Nos. Running toward the far sideline. Almost cut out, but a nice turnaround by Mackenzie Moore. Moore along that side, trying to center it in front and cut out by Jillian Deaver. And now this is Brianna Duckett. Duckett looking inside, looking for a run for Moore, and Moore was held up along the line by Peyton Sotenga. And so Alexa Fetterman will help things out and move play along by launching it back into the midfield area. If this game were to end in a draw, Legends would still advance. And they would earn themselves the top flight. Here's a chance inside, and Fetterman clamps down on it as Nulse was threatening and right breathing down the neck of Jillian Deaver. But a tie here, even for Legends, that'll secure them #1 overall in the group. So they could be content with doing that, but of course they'll want to keep the better form, as Nia Harris will step back into the game once again. Sting would need a win to stay alive. A draw would knock them out of the tournament after this game. And knocked out of bounds. It'll be a Legends throw. And in addition to that as well, that means that Carlsbad Elite would need to force a draw. If Sting were to win, he needs to force a draw, and Sting would need to come out with a very large margin of victory here. It's a bit too close in this game to think that it could be any larger than 1 or 2 goals, which is just a testament to how these teams have played in the midfield area. Duckett now, trying to roll through. Duckett, and it drops back off to the near side, and a chance for goal off Victoria Q, and maybe a little bit skyward on that chance. So once again, it'll be a goal kick upcoming for Sting 2000. Now look at that, and Q just trying to go off the volley, and the right idea for it as well, but couldn't find the luck of the strike. And a bad play off the goal kick. Duckett, now the chance out the near side. Duckett racing toward the edge of the 18. Trying to cross inside, and Fetterman's there to pick it up out of the air. Off toward that far side. And a muscle off the play by a Sting midfielder. So possession will turn back over to Legends once again, as we head towards the 60th minute here. Still looking for the go-ahead goal. Tied up all the way back in the 41st minute of this game in the second half. A chance inside for the 18. A line drive strike toward goal, and Fetterman's there, and she'll have no trouble picking that up, and she'll look to punt it away now. 2 subs coming on in a couple moments from Sting 2000. On that far side, Helene Taylor launches it forward. And out toward the far wing, Sting have a chance to advance. Can't push it forward, but at least they're moving laterally to find space. To the near side, Wasserman with the lone goal for Sting thus far. Knocked back out and right into the heart of the midfield for Legends as they try to move up once again. Third substitute will be coming in for Sting in addition to the 2 already alluded to. As play remains around the midfield area. And now Legends looking for an outlet, rolls out of bounds. And there will be substitutes for Sting. 3 of them, in fact, and 1 more for Legends. Sting will have Madison Gorman come in. She'll replace Jillian Deaver. Victoria Troop will come in, and she'll replace Paige Roto. And also coming back into the game, Madeline Hansen, as well as Alexandra Yaquez for Legends, who had that goal in the 41st minute. A lot of runs created by her, and chances for Legends in the second half. Almost more plentiful than they were in the first. Legends looking to push. Up the near sideline. It's Q. Touch and cleared out by Sting. An easy Legends throw-in. Isabel Juarez on that. The near side. Mackenzie Moore battling with two defenders and brought back up midfield. Now streak up toward the middle, and Allison Simpkins was going toward it. Now Sting will keep ball and try to shield off Simpkins once again. Coming back out. And a foul called against Legends. That'll be Q once again, getting the arm wrapped up in the Sting player's arms instead of the ball coming back in. It'll be tried to volley back in. A chance from just shy of 40 yards out. Madeline Hansen raises an arm. A long volley in the 18 toward goal, and Madison Soto's there, and no trouble for the keeper, an easy stop. Ball comes out to midfield once again. Another substitute will be coming in for Legends. That'll be Kaylee Ramirez as play moves up along the far sideline in favor of Sting now. Inside 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Still 1-1. Both teams looking for the go-ahead goal and a possible 3 points. Fouls committed, and Kaylee Ramirez will come in. A draw would work for Legends and propel them to win Group A. But Sting needs a win to stay alive. Regardless, both teams will look to keep form going through here. And now off the free kick. Comes out for Sting and looking to push it. Strong play on the far side by Elaine Taylor. Taylor racing in toward the middle and trying to find Juarez and Yaquez, and not able to find anything but blue. Now at the far side, Victoria Troop. Now to go out and play. Another substitute coming in for Legends. It'll be Vanessa Evans to check in. And it'll be Brianna Duckett coming off. She had some great runs in both the first and second halves to try to open up play and continue working forward, but it'll be Evans' turn to continue play in the midfield area. Throw-in coming now from Elaine Taylor. Dropped off for Vanessa Evans. Evans, the midfielder. Coming in for the midfielder, Duckett. She'll take the long throw. Looking for Yaquez, and foul called against her for a slight push-off, and so once again we'll have another free kick upcoming. Again, more pressing overall for Sting than it is for Legends, so they need to start pushing up and hoping that they can get the go-ahead goal. They'll still need to wait the result of NEFC Elite and Carlsbad Elite 99, but still an outside chance to get in. They would benefit from a Carlsbad win, however, they need to pour on a couple goals. They're down by 2 in the goal differential standpoint. And a chance for goal for Sting! That looked more dangerous than initially thought. Madison Gorman from outside of the 18. Looked initially it would just airmail right over the net without a prayer, but That one started to curl back in right to the top of the crossbar. So with some speed and some strength, Sting coming up the far side. Allison Simpkins, she's taken down on the far side, and for a dangerous play along that side, Simpkins will be called for the foul, and Legends will come back out of it once again. Emily Knowles will be stepping back in for the final moments of this second half of play. In the 85th minute, in a long run up the far side, Yaquez. She has one. Rush to the inside. And Nia Harris trying to save it, and that one came out, and unfortunately now it's a goal kick. Right move up the far wing, though. Harris just couldn't keep it going. And so, substitution finally, Knowles will come back up. And Victoria Q will take a seat once again on the bench, and a goal kick now for Sting. Officially in within the final 5 minutes as foul called against Legends. A little frustrated Vanessa Evans. Trying to shield the ball, and now Sting trying to advance. Will one of the two find the game-winning goal? Or will we end in a draw and Legends cement themselves as the top team in Group A after round-robin play? Head back toward the far side. A chance inside for the middle, and taken out quickly. Play coming around to the near side. Nia Harris once again. Harris cutting toward the middle, trying to find room. Can't do so. Now back up the near sideline. Madeline Hansen giving chase. It'll be Hernandez Represa getting there first, and goes out of play for a goal kick once again. And coming up after this game will be the final game of round-robin play from field number 14. It's a U18 girls game between Cleveland United White and Players SC 96 Elites. A game that, just like Legends, Cleveland is trying to cement themselves as the top team in their respective Group A. As Soto tries to save it, goes out of bounds now, corner, and this is proving to be dangerous now. A chance for Sting, and maybe a set piece could do it. They do need a win. And Sting's second corner of the second half and third overall in this match. It'll be Madison Gorman. Gorman, hand up, crossing a low cross, out to Colbin. Let that ball run and a strike. Now's Madeline Hansen, and had the strength but not the accuracy as it'll come out for Soto and a goal kick. Waiting to come back on, Brianna Duckett.
Out, shift over.
And she'll be brought in. I'll wait to see what the exchange is for Duckett. Again, in the final few minutes of this game, and we'll wait to see how much time is added on. I can't imagine more than 2 minutes, but possibly only one. As Duckett comes back in and thrown along the far sideline. Racing forward toward the 18, and that'll be another corner yet again for Sting. Forcing that play, Allison Simpkins along that far side against Elaney Taylor. And once again, it'll be Madison Gorman to look to cross it in. Gorman now. Most players up. Crossing in, draws to the top of the 18 and bounces out. Still not completely out of danger just yet. If Sting can get another cross in, here comes to the far post. And Soto's there in a collision with Carolyn Simpson. And Soto makes the save and stomps out the effort. Racing forward is Kaylee Ramirez, and Ramirez wins that ball. Coming out to the middle. To Emily Knowles, has Nia Harris to the near side. Coming in for Harris. At the 18, she tries, and that'll hit the National Guard sign wide right of the goal. And nothing more than a goal kick amounting from that development. Sting has to push here. They realize the urgency. And coming out toward the middle, turned right over to Legends. An outlet to Harris. Harris looking inside. She finds her teammate back to Harris. Harris at the edge. Now in front of Yaquez. Yaquez with a chance. Off of Fetterman. And goes out of play off for a goal kick. Oh, that looked very good for Yaquez to get the second. It bounces, it looks like right off of her chin. As 2 minutes are added on. And at the side of her head, she's still ailing a bit. And they'll stop play. They'll stop it in, and contact up to the head. She'll probably have to come out. And so instead it'll be Mackenzie Moore now she'll check in right now for the ailing Alexander Yaquez. And Yaquez had the game-tying goal, which could force this draw here. Had a lot of bursts of speed, and just unfortunate she has to come out of play here. Seems to have hurt her jaw, and just a hard ball that bounced off of Alexa Fetterman and just off the right side of her face. And instead it'll be Mackenzie Moore stepping in for the final 2 minutes of added time here. Still a goal kick for Sting. A draw would advance Legends and knock out Sting. A win for Sting would keep their chances alive, barring the result of the other game going on concurrently. Gorman for Sting. Still trying to keep it in play. Runs out of the near sideline, and so it'll be a throw-in for Legends. Up the middle. The direction of Mia Harris, now on the near side. Kaylee Ramirez. Ramirez. Inside the 18. Harris is there. Bounced out to Duckett. Duckett launches and goes wayward to the net, out for a goal kick. Sting would have to push here. Not much time left on the clock. Gotta imagine less than a minute remaining. Coming out, Emily Nose. Turning around. Trying a chance for a goal. That one also goes wide and out for a goal kick instead. Time ticking away for Sting to keep their tournament chances alive. Legends comfortable right now, attacking and possibly securing themselves as the top team in Group A. The clear out. And still play coming in the middle of the field, and Legends trying to bring it back into the Sting end. Play still going on. Now up the middle. That'll be cut out by Legends before it can get any more dangerous. Reaching back for it is Hernandez Represa. And moving up the middle again. Still a chance for Sting. Still alive right in front of the net. And Hernandez Represa can't clear it out completely just yet. Throwing up coming now. This could mark the very end of the last chance for Sting. To the corner, Gorman. Gorman inside the 18. That's cut out, knocked away, and that will do it. This game ends in a 1-1 draw, and with that, Legends with 7 points will officially claim the top seed in Group A after their 3 games going 2-0-1. This scoreline, a 1-1 draw between they and Sting 2000 Flanagan. Well, it marks the continuation for one team. It marks the end of the road for the other for Sting 2000 Flanagan. Going out with an 0-1-2 record and 2 points overall, 2 goals for, and 5 conceded with a -3 goal differential. And for Legends FC 99, they'll move on to the next round and await to see who's the number 2 team in Group B play, which is still wide open at this point, with 2 teams tied in first with 4 points and 2 more teams tied for third with 1 point. So it's anyone's group to win and move on for Group B, but Legends will at least play on Saturday morning in the semifinal round to take a chance at the U14 Cup and continuation to defend their national championship from the year previous. We take a look back at some of the highlights of this first half, and Legends throughout the course of the first half of play had the better chances and momentum. Sting had a few running chances early on, but through the first 35 minutes, it was mainly Legends coming through. Even as we got to the later stages, and this strike, coming off the boot of Rachel Wasserman off of a counterattack, made it a 1-0 lead off of really the first solid chance for Sting in that first half up to that point. And unfortunate for Madison Soto, who got a hand on it initially, but just couldn't bat it up and over the crossbar. And for Wasserman, that's her first goal of the tournament and will be her only goal. And back the other way, Emily Knowles, she had some chances created on the other side, especially in the first half as well. Just couldn't capitalize on those. And Legends, I'd say, if you went for a percentage of how much time they had with the ball in that first half of play, I'd garner it to 80 to 85% possession because they just kept pushing it in and pushing it up in the offensive zone. A lot of room for Emily Knowles to run, especially in the near side. Watch this cutback move by Knowles to create space and gain momentum to try to cross to the 18-yard box in for a chance. 2 corner kicks for Legends in the first half. That would be the only corner kick chances that they had in the game overall. They'd be outshot in that department 3-2 by Sting with 2 in the second half for the team now knocked out of the tournament. It's a chance for Yaquez right in front off of Alexa Fetterman. We call Yaquez's name a bit later too. This chance created by Emily Knowles. And this would be the chance that would lead to the tying goal. Right in front, Kaylee Ramirez was there, helped set that up and draw 3 defenders. And Alexander Yaquez in the 41st minute tied the game up at 1 goal apiece. Another look at that, a very hard strike right by Alexa Fetterman, and tied things up at that point. Play would go both ways for the rest of the second half. A couple of solid runs for Yaquez as well. They'll go right into the legs of Alexa Fetterman over and over again. Brianna Duckett, a couple more plays along the near side, switching from side to side of the field, playing as a center mid. Chance in front and just send it over looking for Emily Knowles toward the far post. And Knowles creating chances for herself. This one of the better chances of the second half for her. And at the other side, Sting continued to push forward, and this one was the effort that could have given them the lead. The chance and the block in front off the shot from Francis Ann Matisse was really the best shot that Sting had in the second half to give themselves a 2-1 lead and possibly keep their tournament hopes alive. But again, there's Yaquez right at the edge of the 18. This would be the one to knock Yaquez out for the game because ball hit right off of her face, and we hope that she recovers well as she prepares for Saturday. On behalf of our entire production team, US Youth Soccer, and all those at Turbo Sports Group, I'm Colin Shuck. Again, final score for the Maryland SoccerPlex on Field 14, Legends FC 99-1, Sting 2000 Flanagan 1. We'll be back for the final game of round-robin play from Field 14 at the 2014 US Youth Soccer National Championships presented by the National Guard. We welcome you into the Maryland SoccerPlex in today's U18 Girls Contest from the final game for round-robin play at the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships presented by the National Guard. Today's game features Cleveland United White from Ohio North against Players Soccer Club 96 Elite from Nevada. Colin Chuck, glad to be with you all week long here from field number 14. And this presentation of the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships are brought to you in part by the National Guard, the official armed forces branch of U.S. Youth Soccer and presenting sponsor of the National Championships. By Nike, the official supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Capri Sun, the official ready-to-drink juice of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Turbo Sports Group, the official video streaming production company of the National Championships. And don't forget, you can order and purchase any broadcast from this year's event by logging on to turbosportsgroup.com. By Happy Family, the official on-the-go superfood of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Kohl's, the official department store of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, an official sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Nestle Nesquik, the official post-game drink of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Skills, the official player performance training sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Wilson Trophy Company, the official awards, medals, and pin supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By the NSCAA, a proud partner of U.S. Youth Soccer. And by Major League Soccer. U.S. Youth Soccer is the official grassroots partner of the MLS. And as both teams get ready to take the field this afternoon for the final game again of round-robin play, we take a look at the standings coming into this final game. For Cleveland United White and Players SC 96 Elite. For Players SC, it's quite a hill to climb. They're almost mathematically eliminated at a -7 goal differential overall, with a 1 goal for and 8 against. And they only have 2 losses, but can make it a win or a bright spot heading into the end of their season. As for Cleveland United White, they're 2-0 with 6 points and a +7 goal differential because they've been helped to a lot of good score lines over the past 2 days, including a 3-0 win over the first day against Braddock Road, and then also getting their victory 5-1 against Beadling Soccer Club Thunder. Game-winning goals in those games, J.C. Brown in the 39th minute and Kelly Novak in the 36th respectively for Cleveland United White. On the other hand, for Players SC 96 Elite, they've had losses to Beadling Soccer Club Thunder 4-0 and a 4-1 loss to Braddock Road just yesterday from this field. Michaela Morris had the lone goal that came in the 4th minute and seemed to be the turning tide for them, and a strong part. However, they just couldn't keep the lead, and all of a sudden Braddock Road gained form, and those chances that took them early on in that game really helped them over the rest of that contest. Cleveland United White, while they'll be wearing all white as part of their namesake, hailing from the U18 Region 2 Championship, a 5-0 record with a total of 9 points and 17 goals for in that competition. Players SC got into this tournament as the Region 4 champions. 4-1-1, 4 points and 9 goals for and 7 total against. And as Cleveland United White is in National League play, they placed as the runner-up in the blue group overall, so they get the award to get into the tournament being the blue runner-up and allowing another team from Region 2 to enter into the tournament. And so both teams getting set to come onto the field, and Players SC will be moving from left to right, and it will be moving from right to left. Cleveland United White. Both teams taking their sides, and head coach for Players SC, Joe Sladek, manager Olga Chavez-Myers, and on the other side for Cleveland United White, head coach Mark Raduca. Raduca played for Palm Beach Pumas in the Pro Development League and went up to Ashland University, where he's a 2-time conference team player before moving over to Duquesne University. Also played at Cleveland United in the 81-82 club and 6 state titles as a youth player for Cleveland United. We're underway here. It'll be Cleveland United That'll be starting things off and coming into their own side of the field, again moving from right to left and from left to right, our players SC, the team in all blue. Off to the far sideline they go. Cleveland, Emily Rogers over there right now. J.C. Brown. Brown had that one goal, the game winner in the 3-0 victory, again, against Braddock Road. As the ball comes to the near side. Katie Bainbridge trying to lace the ball up the near sideline, and that'll go out of play. And it'll be a throw-in awarded to players SC. Alexa Murrieta once again. She's allowed 8 goals thus far in her 2 games in goal for players SC. She's got to turn the tide, and will also need some help from her defensive backs. And at least yesterday's game against Braddock Road, players SC struggling a bit to keep the runs coming through, and really strong play up front from the forward line, and that's got to be a point where they start to clamp down and get more consistent overall and help the midfield push it up to the strikers. And players SC did have some chances, but unfortunately came up empty in yesterday's contest as well as the contest on Tuesday. Here comes a chance for United already. Sydney Helinski now up the middle. Julie Laycock. J.C. Brown over toward the far side, calling for the corner once again. Now's Natalie Corey, and that'll go out of play for a goal kick, but a nice idea by Corey to call for the corner flag. And it's what some of the success that Braddock Road had yesterday. And we'll see how Cleveland United come up, and they're pressuring up front. Header by Corey. Trying to keep play in the offensive half of the field for Cleveland. The players SC will regroup, starting at their back line and try to push the midfield up a little bit. They're going with a 4-4-2, just like they were yesterday. And ball initially won by Tessa DeYoung, who came off the bench in yesterday's contest, but instead she went up and over, and so it'll be a free kick early on. Over toward the far side. Players SC wins back the ball at around midfield, looking to the near side. And here's a nice run, but quickly taken away just too far out of the reach of the pursuing player from players SC. 50-50 ball, and United right along the touchline. Turned around, and Sydney Linsky over to the far side. A feed from J.C. Brown. That's cut out right in the middle. Brown tried to follow her lead, and they couldn't win it back. Still fighting for it over there is Corey. And one back once again, Brianna McCullum. Racing toward the near side. Not a lot of room, but she did have a trailer. Left it too far back for. And that was Darian Gambetta. And instead turned back over to Cleveland United. The give and go up the wall. Bainbridge. Right up the middle. Alexis Manoa. Manoa centering in front. A chance for Cleveland right in the 6-yard box. 18! And able to finish for Cleveland United. It's a 1-0 lead just 4 minutes into this first half. A nice solid strike coming over from that far side. And it looked to be Natalie Corey to get that goal. And again, just in the 4th minute of play for Cleveland. And for Corey overall, that'll be her first goal of the tournament. And a beautiful strike going to the far side of Alexis Murrieta. And that's all that you need sometimes, just to tack on that extra piece and give your squad the lead. Ball out of play, and it'll be a throw in for players SC now, going back the other way into their attacking zone. Taking the throw now will be Brittany Cleanser. Cleanser started yesterday as well, now in her 3rd career tournament game. It's the first national tournament appearance for players SC. On the other side for Cleveland United, it's their 3rd straight national tournament appearance. Defending champions from 2013 U17. Laura Monahan Cup was won by them last season with a 5-1-1 record in tournament play overall. Top 2 in the nation in rankings, and number 1 overall in Ohio North as well as Region 2 as the ball bounces out of play into the bench of Cleveland United, and now it goes back to the corner flag for players SC. The centering chance in front. To the top of the 18. Contact out there, and there's some room to run now for Cleveland on the counter. Emily Rogers trying to cut down that far side, and that's turned over. It'll be a throw-in now. 4 players SC. Braddock Road and Beadlings Thunder will be playing at the same time today as these two squads, so we won't have official updates for you during this, but however, look forward to the result of that because it'll make it a very interesting group to see what happens with the two teams tied at 3 points. For either one of them, it's a win or go home scenario. And United and Players SC getting in the way of the head referee and benefits the Players SC. Feed from Brianna McCullum. That's cut out by the defensive line. And now United looking to counter. Manoa to the far side to Brown. Going up the far line, Natalie Corey. And Corey bounces it off of a Players SC defender. It'll be a throw-in now taken by Emily Rogers of Cleveland United. Rogers in her 10th career tournament game. Listed in 12 games this year between region play as well as National League play. As Players looks to move out into the far room, and foul called against Players SC. Now's the goal scorer from yesterday's game, Michaela Morris. Again, scoring in the 4th minute and not able to hold the lead. A couple strong plays coming to the other side, and eventually it opened up for a strong victory, a 5-1 win. Scratch that, a 4-1 win for Braddock Road over the course of that game. But a free kick right now for Cleveland United. They have players at the edge of the 18-yard box. Alexa Murrieta waiting for Players SC. Shot from Laycock hits the wall and kicks back out. And so reinforcements will advance back up as the ball rolls all the way back to Murrieta. She dives down to make that stop and have to come out and regroup. Long launch. And back to Manoa. Manoa tries a quick shot, and one bouncer to Murrieta saves that chance. And unfortunately for Cleveland, couldn't get enough emphasis and curl on that ball in order to save it as it goes out of play right shy of midfield. And once again, it'll be Brittany Cleanser making the throw along the near side. Knocked down the sideline by Sydney Sladek. Trying to find somewhere in the middle. And keeper has to play it back out once again. Far side, Emily Rogers. Rogers for looking for a long ball and cut out by Alyssa Turner. And White now to McCullum once again. And instead of settling it down, tries to launch it to the near side. And Darian Gambetta wasn't in the area, so play halts for Players SC, and Cleveland reclaims possession over to the far side before losing it off the foot of Julie Laycock, and now a throw-in for Players. Just shy of 10 minutes into this first half of play. It'll be a full 45 minutes before we reach the halftime whistle. Rice moving down, Sydney Sladek. Down that far side, it goes off of her, and smart heads a play by Sayla Perez to force a throw-in. Perez had 2 goals in the games in 2012. Scored as part of the 3-0 victory over Legends 95 and the 1-1 draw against CESA 95 Premier. Those were 51st and 48th minute goals right after the midway mark of the game. It comes out to the near side for Cleveland. A give and go now at the wall. Decent chance now. Sydney Alinsky. Alinsky looking to cross inside, and somewhat bowls over the player, and it'll be now a corner chance for Cleveland, the first corner of the game for either squad, coming out to the near side. Started off the day relatively cool. It's gotten hotter with the sun coming out, jumping into the 80s. As J.C. Brown sets up for a quick touch off the corner. And it's Alexis Manoa. Back to Brown, and Brown tries to center it back. Headed back toward the 18-yard box, and Players SC is there for the moment to cut things out. Katie Bainbridge keeps the play alive. Up the line from Brown. Over to Manoa. Manoa looking across inside. A header toward goal. Another chance, blocked in front by the far post. Another chance toward goal. A second block, both chances by Laycock, and that goes out to the far sideline. Oh boy, she had chances at the far post, and two strong stops by the players' defenders, and keeps it a one-goal game. Now Corey, who had the first goal, blocked out of bounds. And so now that'll be a throw-in along the far side.
You saw the girl standing there.
So now we'll wait for the ball to come back in. And 11 ranked matches for Cleveland United this season, 8-2-1 overall. 30 goals for, only 8 against. They haven't conceded many goals overall, especially even in this tournament. Only 1 goal allowed in the stretch. 10 goals overall in their past 2 tournaments heading into this. So with the 1 goal that he did concede, it's now 11 goals allowed in 9 games. Now Manoa trying to create a chance for goal. J.C. Brown just sailed that one a bit too high, and so now to move again for a goal kick. And this is how it seemed to transpire after the first few minutes for Players SC in their game yesterday. They did have some strong momentum moving forward until about the 12th, 15th minute. Then the tides turned against them, and Braddock Road gained their form. This time, it's the form of United leading the way. And Delinsky inside the 18, trying to shoot for goal. Saved by Mariana, goes back and saves it before it goes across the line. Had the initial save, and it bounced right back up. Take another look at that. A decent strike right from point-blank range. And probably about 1.5 yards shy of that goal line. Now back the other way comes Brianna McCullum. That's taken away by Cleveland. And trying to set things back up around midfield, our Players SC. Homie Neighbors taken down by J.C. Brown. And back for Cleveland United we go on the near side. Katie Bainbridge up to her back line, to her co-defender, Nicolette Grieslinger. Back to Grieslinger. And right up the middle. McCollum's threatening, as is Tessa DeYoung, but it'll play out to the outside. And United are confident just to roll things around their defensive line and work through. Now back to the near side. To the left back, Katie Bainbridge. Bainbridge, a long feed up toward the middle. Has a chance now. Inside the 18, and unfortunately, Julie Laycock couldn't continue to make the run once she got the ball inside. Brianna McCullum dispossessed. And now Players SC will have to regroup once again. Now in the 14th minute of this game, and a 1-0 lead for Cleveland, thanks to the early goal coming from the boot of Natalie Corey, her first career of the tournament. And second overall of the year, including the one that she had in National League play. That goal came against PDA Ginja in the 76th minute, part of the 5-0 victory in that game, and looked very strong in that one as well. Brown, feed out front for Corey. Corey giving chase, and Murrieta slides out, and it'll be advantage to the keeper in pink. Some of those plays yesterday, Murrieta really couldn't help. They were just very nice strikes by Braddock Road. But the midfield play has to be better. It started being a little lax in this game as well, and needs to step up here if they want to have a chance. It goes out, goes all the way back to the keeper. Players SC playing for pride. At this point, there will be a point in the other Group A game, so they are mathematically eliminated at this point, contrary to opening remarks. Now ball back played by Laycock, and goes to Brianna McCullum. Nice run through the tackle by Paige Hamadio. To Bainbridge. Back through the middle again. A nice run, beautiful play up the middle. Oh, and J.C. Brown had the initial look on that one, but lost control of it as it went toward the 18-yard box. And so we'll go back again to Murrieta once again. Cleveland United, the team in white. Players SC, the team in blue. And play still remaining in the region of Players SC. And we'll have our first exchange of the first half for Players SC. As play goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in now coming for Cleveland. Now cross back up and cut out back to midfield, and Cleveland United to look to make their run now. Katie Bainbridge has some room to run. She's met up front by Neighbors. Forces it. Goes back to Bainbridge to the 18. She's looking to cross inside the 18 to the top and goes back out to the far side. Brown is there. Brown shoots for goal, and Murrieta an easy stop as it went right toward her. And so now out to the midway mark again. Brianna McCullum. Yeah, she just loses the ball again, and one of those midfielders that had some spark of life in that game yesterday, but once the game wore on, just tired out. Maybe it was the heat in that respect, but in this game now, the four midfielders really need to step up and really try to force the envelope. Out to the near side, wide open space, but the only one there was Sydney Alinsky, and now the rush back the other way, a chance for Laycock. Now it'll be cleared well out of play by the defender from Players SC, and a substitution upcoming right now, as mentioned. Paige Schaaf will come in, replacing Sydney Sladek. Played to the near side to Bainbridge. Bainbridge crossing to the 18, headed away at the top of the 18-yard box. McCullum again. Play continuing to run through her. Long lead pass coming good for a run. Just too far out of the reach, and Paige Schaaf held up just a moment because she would have been run into by the two defenders. Now playing all the way back to the far side. And now turnover. Just seemed to be a chance for Alexis Smith to go to the far side, hit it right to Cleveland United again instead. Now Corey chasing for Manoa, trying to lead her out there, and Murrieta will pick her up at the edge of the 18-yard box, and now play will resume for Players SC, and just for a moment. Tomadio, and drops all the way back eventually to Sayla Perez. Back to the near side to Nicolette Grieslinger, to Bainbridge. Back to Grieslinger, and they're going to rotate around to the fence and try to draw out Players SC a bit more. They're working all the way back toward their own 18. Overcommitting the forwards, creating some more running room. And right at the middle, Manoa. Let that snake through. And kept in bounds by Players. Bainbridge. Being cut off by Darian Gambetta, and kept in play on the near touchline. Gambetta's there. She can't get ahead on it to try to save it from going out of bounds off the foot of Alyssa Turner. And so now we'll have a throw-in once again. Bainbridge will take it along the near touchline. Some chances early on. Takeaway along the near sideline, and good ball up front, looking for Paige Schaaf. Going all the way back inside the 18-yard box and out to the far side. Comes inside. Amadio. Comes all the way back to Sayla Perez once again, and Perez has a lot of running room and some open space for Bainbridge on this near side. Bainbridge trying to advance it to Manoa, who's trying to flick it on to her teammates. It's Laycock now. Brought back. Paige Schaaf loses it to the defensive line that stood strong for Cleveland United through the first 20 minutes of play here from field number 14.
Go higher up. Play Natalie. Natalie, get high. There it is.
Long feed up the far sideline and touched out of bounds. Finally, by Cleveland United, looked, at least from this vantage point, that ball could have rolled out on the bounce, but kept in coolly and eventually lost along the sideline. Another sub coming in for Players SC. And now, Players trying to move. Michaela Morris. Morris with some room. Here's a good counterattack coming from Players SC and some momentum. Back to the other side of the field and offside called. And just like that, a good development. It turns into a poor result eventually. And turns back into the clutches of Cleveland United. And coming in, Kristen Young. She'll check in for Darian Gambetta. It'll be a free kick coming up for Cleveland. Cleveland owns the trifecta right now. They own the past national championship. They own the region championship. And they also own the state championship as well. They've had exceptional play over the course of the season. As Manoa tries to advance it, trying to thread the needle. And she loses it for a moment, and Michaela Morris is there to pick things up once again before she's fouled. And they'll have a free kick right just outside. Take this time to remind you that the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships brought to you in part by Capri Sun, the official ready-to-drink juice of U.S. Youth Soccer, and by Turbo Sports Group, the official video streaming production company of the National Championships. And don't forget, you can order and purchase any broadcast from this year's event by logging on to turbosportsgroup.com. At the center line, trying to launch it into the attacking third. And that's cut out quickly by Sailor Perez. Perez, 2 goals in the 2012 year against Legends 95 and CESA 95 as well. She was a 2012 Best 11 nomination in that tournament. As Tessa DeYoung in the far corner is dispossessed once again, and play tries to move out to the far side, eventually out of bounds on Players SC. Cleveland hasn't made a sub just yet, but there's still a chance. Their subs are warming up in the near corner on the right side of the field as play moves out of bounds on the far side, and once again we'll have yet another throw-in. Head coach Mark Raduca mentioned before his pro days. He's also the founder of Cleveland United and the 2000 National Youth Coach of the Year. Is the only coach from Ohio to receive that recognition. And just spectacular work over the course of his opportunities. And we'll have our first substitutions coming in for Cleveland United in this first half, as play moves out of bounds once again. On the far side for Players SC, a throw-in. A chance to maintain it in their offensive half of the field, somewhere they haven't kept in very much over the course of this game. And now DeYoung's there, looking for the far side feed. It comes back out toward DeYoung, but picking up the change is Julie Laycock. I'll scratch that as, looks like Natalie Corey. Laycock was a little bit further back. And play moving up right on the far side of the field. Expect play to move over to this side a bit soon. Everyone moving over toward that way. Here comes Manoa, opening it up toward this side. And a nice long run attempted, and feet coming from the inside. Not good enough to find the boot. And coming off Emily Rogers. It'll be Elizabeth Ernfeld as well as Madeline Novak. Sailor Perez also coming off from that exchange. And as mentioned, Emily Rogers. A throw in along the near side made by Brittany Cleanser. Now coming back to the side, and it'll be out of play. In favor of Players SC, so they'll just move up the line just a few touches, and Cleveland's able to cut that out as it moved up the near sideline. Walensky looking for a run, and tracing it is Alyssa Turner. And being called off now by Alexa Murrieta, and she'll just pick up the ball and regroup for Players to try to maintain possession. Again, in that attacking half of the field, not much play down there as we head towards the 27th minute. Brianna McCullum, nice move around Paige Amadeo. With some room, McCullum looking for the lead pass. She tries, and that'll go well wide for a goal kick. Paige Schaaf to that far side. Might have been called offside on that. Back behind the back line, so that'll draw the idea to take a shot, and McCullum maybe a bit selfish. But she likes to take those long-range shots from outside, and she can produce from them. As another Cleveland United sub starts to walk up to the table to come in as her teammate Alexis Manoa has the ball on the far side, looking to center it in front, trying to maintain momentum, and McCullum again with some room to run. This could be interesting. McCullum ducks inside. She's met by Brown, and a shot toward goal, and an easy save made. Alyssa Lisi will step in next and wait for the next stoppage to play. Manoa feeds it back to the near side, trying to find some room. She has Alinsky, and Alinsky loses it. It'll be touchdown, and it'll be up against Players SC with an indirect handball. Alexis Manoa will step out. So that will be the exchange. As Katie Bainbridge will come up to take the strike from the near side of the field. Three-person wall out in front of Bainbridge. As play slows with not too much development from either side. Kind of hit the doldrums of this first half already. Past midway through. Now Bainbridge across out to the other side. Out toward the outside of the 18, and that goes away for a goal kick. A head chance on that far side, but just couldn't direct it toward goal. So Players SC will have to regroup once again and work all the way back from their back line, at least to try to find the equalizer here in this first half of play. Players beat Albion Soccer Club White 2-0 in the Region 4 title game to help them advance to this point. As play drops to the far side. Linsky again. And poked away from Lisi. And it'll be a throw-in off of the United player. So, Players SC again on the near sideline. Tessa DeYoung, and that's called a foul up against Alyssa Lisi. Kate Bainbridge now on the near side. She'll set up the left-footed strike and try to get the ball toward the 18-yard box once again. Two more subs waiting for Cleveland. And curls just to the outside, and Players SC is able to regroup for the moment and try to advance the ball up front, looking for the lead pass for Paige Schaaf, and Schaaf was blocked by Elizabeth Ernfeld. Back to Ernfeld. On that far side to Corey, who has the lone tally in this game. She tries to make the run up that far side, and it'll go into the feet of Players SC, a couple crossovers to let that go out of bounds. Rolled right back over to Cleveland. And a takedown on the far side. That'll award a whistle. And both substitutes are able to come back into this game. After talking to the former referee, Just waiting for both players to come out and get word for the substitution. And so the free kick's going to be upcoming for the far side of the field. Couple players on the wall. The strike inside toward the 18. It's toward the back post. A header toward goal. Just missed to the outside. Sydney Alinsky. Speaking of, she will be coming off in this two-player exchange. We take a look at the strike once again. And a nice strike and a nice thought to go toward that outside. And unfortunately just not the right location. Also coming off Natalie Corey in this exchange. It'll be Catherine Zolar coming on and Maddie Krezovich. Now a goal kick for Players SC as we encroach on the 31st minute of this first half, and a 1-0 lead coming back in the 4th minute from Natalie Corey, who just came off the field for Cleveland United White. Now another chance to come inside, and still alive for Cleveland. And a mishit on that far side by Julie Laycock, and that goes off to the far sideline. She'll have to get chased before it's poked out of play by the club in blue. There was some sun earlier on in this game, and a bit before that in the 12 p.m. game. As the cross comes inside, a chance for Cleveland. It's Lisi. Ball pops back out, and players will now look to advance up the near sideline. That ball's going to go toward the near touchline. That's kept in by Brianna McCullum. Nice play by her as she receives the ball back again. Bounced off of the face of Lisi, and United headed out of bounds. It's Katie Bainbridge once again. Take this time to remind you that the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships brought to you in part by Happy Family, the official on-the-go superfood of U.S. Youth Soccer, by Kohl's, the official department store of U.S. Youth Soccer, and by Liberty Mutual Insurance, an official sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. Near touchline, a look to center it inside the 18-yard box off the foot of Kristen Young. And the defense of Cleveland United come up first. Take that threat away. Catherine Zolar. She has a chance with room to run. Working against Cleanser. Cleanser wins the battle and still alive on the far side. Krezovich tries and blocked in front. Now back to the near side once again. Players take a tumble. Zolar's there. Trying to move to the far side to Laycock. She cuts back in. Looking for Zolar once again. And now Laycock has to retreat back toward the midfield area. Ehrenfeld at the far side. Bounces off of Krezovich and goes out of play. And we'll have a substitution once again. Gabrielle Altmansberger comes in. And she'll replace Tessa DeYoung up on that front line. And again, a 4-4-2, kind of a 4-3-1-2 as Brianna McCullum working somewhat as an attacking midfielder. 3 midfielders on the far side, and McCullum cheats up front as there's a push from behind from players, and it's going to be another free kick. Again, play slowing down. A couple spurts from Cleveland United in the past few moments. But it's been a lot of fouls, a lot of play in the midfield area. Since it started early for Cleveland United, they kind of sat back a bit, and a trip up on the play goes out of bounds in favor of Players SC instead. Back on the far side, a chance here now developing. Zolar trying to cross inside the 18 for a chance for Cleveland. A shot on goal! And blocked by Murrieta. A save by the goalkeeper off the boot of J.C. Brown. Back towards center from Brown. And Bainbridge trying to keep the play alive. Bainbridge to the near side. She circles back around and will play through the center backs once again up to midfield. Laycock tries to heel it back. And that play stops about halfway toward goal. And knocking out of bounds Liz Ernfeld, and Players SC will have another throw, and they've had a lot of those over the course of the first half, but haven't been able to keep possession. It's been the footwork of Cleveland that's continued to impress, and Players just doesn't have an answer just yet. Trying to muscle their way through right now, up toward midfield, they do so, and looking for a lead pass a bit too far, and no one from Players SC was following, so the threat ends very quickly as it goes back to the back line. Two attackers striking, Gabrielle Altmansberger as well as Paige Schaaf, both in the area trying to clamp down on the center backs. As Cleveland looks to move out and back into where they've been comfortable, the attacking half of the field. And Bainbridge will give chase to this. Comes out to the near side. Players SC will maintain possession as they also have a substitution. Alexis von Schattenstein will come in. Subbing in for Emily Neighbors. Schattenstein also came off the bench yesterday. As it bounces off of a leg of Altmansberger, and she kind of shakes her head as Cleveland looks to open up the field on the far side. Laycock bounces back to midfield, and Players could have a run here if they keep numbers, but they just, again, can't keep possession, and balls may be crossed into the 18-yard box of Cleveland United just once or twice. Nothing incredibly threatening, but that needs to be a zone they gain more comfort in and knock it back out of their half of the field. They're throwing up coming now. Brittany Cleanser to Schaaf, and drops back to von Schattenstein. She's had to play it up, looking for a run from somebody, and nobody really trying to help out. So just the third time the ball goes into the 18-yard box, and runs now for Cleveland United trying to go back the other way. Ball goes out of bounds. Now a throw-in upcoming for Cleveland. Up to the 37-minute mark here. Under 10 minutes until halftime. And now they go out for a goal kick. Alexa Murrieta will take this goal kick. Out to the near side. And J.C. Brown once again trying to advance it. Brown going toward the 18, out to the near side. Lacey picks it up. Lacey to the corner. She can save it, and that goes out off of Players SC. She just kept it in bounds, maybe by a fraction or two. And now Bainbridge. Bainbridge going for a short throw instead of a long one. Lacey tries to pick that up. It'll go now for a corner kick. And Bainbridge will have another shot. This is the second corner kick for Cleveland United thus far in this first half. A left-footed strike upcoming. Cross inside to the 18-yard box. Danger in the 18. Bounces back to the other side of a contact from one player. And now room to run for Players SC. They're trying to counter here. Drop back, and J.C. Brown's right there before it's turned over to Brianna McCullum. McCullum looking for a feed up front for Schaaf, and she's called offside. Just as soon as play develops the second time that a striker from Players SC has been called off on a feed from Brianna McCullum. Decent run up front, though. And you have to like the propensity to get the ball up on the counter. And we see again to the near side. Coming out for Zalar. To the 18, looking to cross. Takes a touch, now stops. Looking to cut back. Drop off for Bainbridge. A little bit more room. Out to the top. From Brown, and that's taken away, and McCullum will clear things out toward midfield, where It's Madeline Novak. Off to the near side, Nikolai Grieslinger.
Lisi, go higher. Go high.
Grieslinger taking her time. She's not being pressured at all. Has room to figure out her next move, and Lisi looking for the run on the near side. That'll travel out of play for a goal kick as Pretty Cleanser clears things off just a touch.
As soon as Nick starts coming with the ball, go high, create space.
As again, Alexia Murrieta steps up for another goal kick. Has to be a bit tiring, especially for the defensive line. Almost turned right back over to Cleveland, but a better touch by Catherine Zallara would have produced more dangerous results outside the 18-yard box. Now Bainbridge along the near side. That was knocked out of play, and Bainbridge will reset past the bench of players SC. Now Bainbridge the throw. Out to the corner. Looking for a lead inside. There's some room. A chance inside the box and knocks back out. Still in danger. Cleveland for the chance for a goal. Oh, off the crossbar. And bounces back out to the far side. Giving chase now is Laycock. Comes all the way back out. Looking for a center and chance in front. Zalar. She couldn't find it, and Murrieta picks it up. And that threat has ended, but quite the dangerous shot from outside. And Patience setting up that shot. Take another look at that. Zalar was right in the area. Bounced it back out to J.C. Brown. And from Brown, she took the shot, and she couldn't get her third goal of the tournament. And the scoreline remains 1-0. Ball comes back out to Bainbridge, and another substitution ready, Erica Ritter. And looking, Zalar at the 18. This play still alive. And drop back to Zalar once again. Lacey a chance to go for a goal, and maybe looking for a cross instead, but ball goes out of play for a goal kick nevertheless. As Brianna McCullum will come back out of play. But it's been that midfield play, and maybe Erica Ritter, who's listed as a defender, can help in that midfield area and move things up and out. Header towards the right half of the field, and almost immediately Cleveland is there to swoop in and take control of things as we head toward the halfway mark. Coming to the near side, it's Bainbridge. And a poor turnover. Ritter takes it and almost just as quickly turned back over. Play exchanging back and forth. And neither team can get a good firm possession on it. Madeline Novak, and she bounces it off of a midfielder from Players SC, and it'll be a throw-in now for Cleveland United. Been held at bay, but play might open up a bit more as we get later and later into the game for Cleveland United as they continue to pressure and continue to work forward. Over on that far side, taking the throw-in now is Elizabeth Ernfelt. To Zalar. And bounced out of play once again, and another throw-in upcoming for Cleveland United. Stuck on the far side of the field, though. They've been comfortable just moving the ball around, looking for seams, and the possession that they've had has been strong and keeping the play alive. J.C. Brown had some room. Now Lacey drops it back. The ball moves over for Bainbridge. To Lacey. Out toward that corner and turn right back over once again. Hamadia to the near side to Bainbridge, making a run from the left back position. Bainbridge circling around looking for an option, and the option comes all the way back in the defensive line to Nicolette Grieslinger. And ball jumps out of play. There'll be 2 minutes of added time coming up to end this first half of play, and it's still a 1-0 advantage as the ball bounces off of Lacey and out of play almost unexpectedly. So back off to the near side. Bainbridge cutting in by the defender, trying to lead Zalar. Zalar with a wide room to run. She gains possession. Zalar cutting toward the 18. Zalar has a chance to cross in front, cut out by a defender, and knocked away by players at C for a throw-in. The play started to develop for Zalar along the near side. Just couldn't get an elevation to try to go toward goal. And so it'll be Bainbridge once again. Not toward that far side. Bainbridge now cutting in. Tripped up a bit on the challenge, and players at C will get possession back before it's turned back over again. Still looking for that outlet and a way to move the ball back up, but no one's pushing forward for players at C. They're just hanging back and maybe a bit fatigued just from running around trying to regroup and retake possession once again. Out front, and a quick small handball against players at C, so we'll move back again for another free kick. Off to the near side, Bainbridge now wide open, shrinking up the left wing. Bainbridge, cross inside, in toward goal, goes up and over out to the far side. Laycock's there, as is Krezovic, but that ball will come back out once again. Ball goes out of play, a throw-in upcoming now. And this could be one of the final possessions for players at C to move up and maybe get an equalizer before halftime. All it takes is one chance and one good run, and all that will do it for the first half of play. After 45 full minutes, it's Cleveland United White with a 1-0 lead over players SC 96 Elite, and the better team appears to be Cleveland through 45 minutes. A lot of chances, and the goal in the 4th minute off the foot of Natalie Corey is the difference through 45. You're watching coverage of the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships presented by the National Guard. We'll be back from the Maryland SoccerPlex with more, including first half highlights, in a few short moments. This presentation of the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships are presented in part to you by the National Guard, the official armed forces branch of U.S. Youth Soccer and presenting sponsor of the National Championships. By Nike, the official supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Capri Sun, the official ready-to-drink juice of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Turbo Sports Group, the official video streaming production company of the National Championships. And don't forget, you can order and purchase any broadcast from this year's event by logging on to turbosportsgroup.com. By Happy Family, the official on-the-go superfood of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Kohl's, the official department store of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, an official sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Nestle Nesquik, the official post-game drink of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Skills, the official player performance training sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of U.S. Youth Soccer. By Wilson Trophy Company, the official awards, medals, and pins supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. By the NSCAA, a proud partner of U.S. Youth Soccer. And by Major League Soccer. U.S. Youth Soccer is the official grassroots partner of the MLS. 1-0 lead in favor of Cleveland United over Players SC 96. We'll take a look back at some of the action from the first half of play, and this was the one that put the tally on the scoreboard. Coming from the foot of Natalie Corey out to the far side, receiving a ball right around the penalty area, left-footed strike, and nothing Marietta could do. It's a 1-0 lead after 4 minutes of play. Other than that, it was relatively quiet, some chances from either side, mostly for Cleveland United. They kept strong and kept momentum overall during the course of the first half, running through a couple decent chances here for Julie Laycock, and just found a defender twice in a row. Not able to center it in front, and Alexa Murrieta coming up with some strong saves as well. She's been a big part. There's a reason why Players SC are still very much in this game. She's had to make stop after stop and continue to read the ball. That's sometimes almost better for a keeper, just to keep that form and keep your focus in. A heading chance by Sydney Alinsky, and this one up coming from J.C. Brown right in front of the net, and just found the midst of Murrieta instead and couldn't develop further in that play. And toward the end of the first half, continued with Cleveland United dominating play and keeping the ball in the area. Another chance for J.C. Brown, just skied right over the net, and not much doing for Cleveland in terms of goals. However, they do have the 1-0 lead. When we come back, more in the second half of this final round-robin game on Day 3 from Field 14 at the Maryland SoccerPlex in Germantown, Maryland. Teams switch sides to start the second half of play, and a 1-0 lead for Cleveland United Way from Ohio against Players SC 96 Elite from Nevada. Colin Shuck with you from Field 14. This is the final time we'll appear with each other from Field 14 during this round-robin play. The team in blue, Players SC, starts off with the ball going from right to left, and the team in white, Cleveland United White, almost fittingly, now going from left to right. Moving over on the far side, and players have to continue to work together to move the ball up through midfield. And an early chance now for Michaela Morris. Morris trying to bring up the middle. And now chance in front, and the save made off the shot of Brianna McCullum. McCullum making those chances from far out. Here's a chance by McCullum once again. This time inside the 18. The best look she's had all game. She looks like she has a full head of steam here, though. McCullum back out and can't keep the run going. Tessa DeYoung's in the area. But unfortunately, it's picked up by Cleveland United once again. I do have some chances, and Alexis Carpenter now in net. Katie Piscianeri started the first half, and Alexis Carpenter with a 00 made from the same lettering, and Piscianeri is the makeshift 00 printed on. As goes out for a throw-in now for Cleveland United, and we'll see if Players SC can get that answering tally back again, because they haven't had much success getting it up the field offensively. A couple runs here and there sporadically, and very sporadically and sparsely at that. Or mainly it's been Cleveland controlling play along their attacking half of the field and trying to work through inside and get better chances inside the 18-yard box. Well, players will have a throw-in along that far sideline. A throw-in by Brittany Cleanser. Now coming up the near side. A chance to roll through and move over in this direction. Now off to the near side. A chance to move in over here. Emily Rogers of Cleveland. That's stopped away by players. They look much better coming out of the halftime break in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half. Michaela Morris is there. The lone goal scorer overall for this Players SC team. Coming yesterday. A long lead pass up the far sideline. A chance to run toward it and save it before it goes out of bounds. And now it goes out of play before the touch could be made. Out for a throw-in now. Joe Sladek is calling out to his team from the sideline, giving the commands and really trying to work forward. Got a whistle back now, and so possession goes back to Players SC. I'll scratch that, Cleveland United. Back up that far side. It still remains up along there. Very congested over there, but it is a throw-in for players now. Up that far side. Need to get the ball and crossing inside chance. Racing toward the 18. They had some movement, but they couldn't continue the run, and now Cleveland United have to come back the other way again. And running in, and Natalie Corey, the lone goal scorer in the game, racing along the near side of the field. And Corey has a head of steam, going toward the 18, trying to cut back inside. And she's taken down, and that's going to be offside, I believe. And so that'll come back. No, I need to make a correction for myself. That's going to be a penalty kick taken down inside the box. I couldn't see the flag up on the other end, and couldn't tell if it was incidental contact. I didn't see any indication pointing toward the penalty kick. So it'll be Alexis Manoa taking the PK inside the box against Alexa Murrieta. Manoa, the chance, she scores! Alexis Manoa makes it a 2-0 lead for Cleveland United just in the 50th minute of play in this final round-robin game. And for Manoa, that's her first goal of this tournament, making it 5 overall in play. And here's a look back on that play. Natalie Corey was cutting in. Alexis Smith, it just seemed like she fell over Alexis Smith to cause that penalty kick. Corey leaned into it just a touch, and maybe that right arm coming up by Alexis Smith drew the call in. But either way, it's a 2-0 lead, and now Players SC really have to regroup and regain form. We haven't looked dangerous in this game just yet, and barely looked dangerous in the game yesterday as well as Tuesday. Now Cleveland United back again. Dropping it back to their back line as a cool breeze comes in, and it gets a bit darker over here. J.C. Brown up the far side. Sydney Alinsky. That one gets dropped back again, and that'll roll out of play. It'll be a Players SC throw, trying to beckon everyone forward. Tessa DeYoung going up there right now. Sydney Sladek. Sladek giving chase as well as DeYoung. There's DeYoung there, and that's scooped up right there and brought back out for Cleveland again. Paige Amadeo. And a push off of a Players SC attacking player, and now there will be a foul whistled once again. Another committed foul by Alexis Smith, and aurally and visually upset at that play. As play moves, and Alexis Manoa, who just got the goal, can't keep it in, and neither can Tessa DeYoung of Players SC, so moves out and seems quite frustrated and a bit down of herself as well. They just seem relatively flat overall, and it's a shame to see, too, because they had some decent chances in the first half, and especially early on looked like they were coming out of the gates firing, looking for that equalizer. Now they'll need 2 to make it an even scoreline. That means taking the ball away from Cleveland United. Up looking for a run up the middle, taken away by the defensive backs. Now toward the far side, J.C. Brown. Fired up ahead, looking for a run for Sydney Sladek. And knocked toward the corner flag now by Grieslinger, and Grieslinger will knock it out of play. Back off of Sladek, so it'll be a throw-in for the team in white once again. Cleveland United missing 6 players from the 2013 squad that won them the national championship. One of them being their goalkeeper, Nicole Zeilman. However, at this point, at least in this game, the keeper and Kaylee Piscioneri and Alexis Carpenter have really seen much action at all. Play's been stuck in the feet of Cleveland United, and another run developing here, and Natalie Corey, well, you could say, really took part in both goals. First one she scored, and that one goes out of play on the near side off of Kimberly Olivares, and a throw-in now for Corey again. Corey, she scored the first goal. That was back in the 4th minute. And now setting up the penalty kick, being taken down inside the penalty box area. As Alexis Smith throws it down the line, comes back out again. And it will be a throw-in for the second straight time. Up toward midfield even. Encroaching a little bit. And they're just going to walk it right back up the line again. Turned over to Cleveland United. So coming out to the near side. Throw in from Emily Rogers. Launch back up toward the forward line and has to work through Brianna McCullum. Right up the middle, Emily Neighbors to the far side. Darian Gambetta. And that's dropped out of play by Gambetta and will be now a throw-in And unfortunate, too, has started developing. And so now ball goes out of play. And since that second goal was conceded, it seems that Players is able to keep the ball at least in their offensive half of the field a bit better overall. Still need to work it inside the 18-yard box, though. Need to develop scoring chances to really try to turn the tide and at least make it a one-goal game. Then they can have a breath of life and maybe regain the composure that they had a bit earlier on today. That they just don't seem like they're urgent right now. The throwing off to the far side, and that bounces off the head of Darian Gambetta once again, out for a goal kick in favor of Cleveland United. I mentioned this yesterday, Players SC, the only team to advance in any U18 girls regional tournament with a negative goal differential. They had a -2. And advancing in that region tournament. Placed second in Pool D, and thanks to a head-to-head win against Inland Empire Surf 95, 1-0, then that awarded them that number 2 spot and helped them on their way and gaining confidence toward that Region 4 championship. Right now they need some of that composure, though, against the top-flight team like Cleveland United, an advantage being played toward the near side. J.C. Brown, now the far side. And now Players SC balls down a player, and it's effectively a moving pick call, and there'll be now a free kick upcoming for Players SC, and they're slowly keeping momentum, and they're keeping the ball in their offensive half. You need to have more of these kinds of plays, too, as well as crossing the ball inside to the 18 and really pushing forward. Now for the 18. That's it away by Laycock, and Michaela Morris tried to feed it back in, and it's volleying up at the 18. A chance here to possibly put something toward goal. It's developing. Toward goal, a shot. And a save made. A solid chance from Players SC that developed over the course of that stretch. Couldn't continue the run, though. Now comes to the near side, and Players SC is trying to continue the momentum. Kimberly Olivares. Now back to United. Long lead pass for Corey, cut out by the center back, and Alexis Manoa again. She drops it off to allow the ball to run up the near sideline and turn back over once again. Heading toward the 60th minute and still have a 2-0 scoreline. Goals in the 4th minute, as well as early on in the second half, really changed things up. And now a lead for Natalie Corey, going toward the 18, and Marietta's there, and she'll stop things out before Corey can make it dangerous for her club. Now bounce back out toward the midway line, and Players SC player falls to the turf a bit easy. That's Tessa DeYoung. Joe Slatic a little upset over that. Paul's not going as he sees fit. But they do have possession again. To DeYoung. Right at the middle, DeYoung trying to go back for Brandon McCullum, now brought to the inside now for Sydney Slatic, and turn right back over thanks to a poor pass from Slatic. And now Cleveland trying to gain the momentum and keep things going. Nice peel back by Alinsky. From Amadeo to the far side to Bainbridge. Bainbridge with a long boot up front and some room to run now. There's Laycock on the far side. She spun around and advantage taken away by Kimberly Olivares. And eventually trails out of play. That should go against Cleveland United. And the first sub for Cleveland comes in. Gabrielle Altmansberger will come off the field, and taking her place, scratch that, it's Paige Amadeo coming off. And instead, it'll be Madeline Novak again. Just waiting for play to resume along the far sideline and throw in for Players SC. And still trying to push up. Toward the corner flag goes DeYoung. DeYoung with some room, and eventually that room runs out, and DeYoung just falling to the ground once again, maybe trying to pull back and draw a few calls. It's the second time she's gone down very easily. And that one wasn't contested by Joe Sladek and the entire Players SC bench. But after a goal kick right now, now to the near side, and then there's some open room for Emily Rogers to work with for a moment. And moving back up to Alinsky. And turned over. Olivares to the 18, and still trying to keep possession. Does so for a second. Now battling around along the field, and now it's out of play, and I'll say it's in favor of not Cleveland United now. The initial call was off of an idea that Players SC was awarded that. Now, all of a sudden, a run for Alexis Manoa. Manoa coming out to the near side. Marietta's there, and Marietta had the right idea and good instincts to move out to this near side. And now back out once again, Alinsky. Working along the near side, it's DeYoung again. DeYoung cutting back and forth, looking for an outlet. It's Alexis Smith. Up the near sideline, Smith trying to build some momentum and gain ground. And she runs right into the wall, but a foul committed against Alexis Manoa. And so that'll be a free kick, setting up Players SC. And again, another chance to try to cross it inside of the box. Not many chances for Players SC thus far. It only takes one to come back into it and gain some confidence. Waiting just to set things up, and it looks like it'll be attacked toward the 18. Possibly a run toward his freaking header, but from this far out, Alyssa Turner, who's setting up to take the free kick, she's going to at least try to get to the front of it to try to reset a bounce back out. Cross toward the 18, and stepping up is Cleveland United, and it comes back to Turner again. Turner has to wait back and circle back around. Kimberly Olivares off to Brianna McCullum, and McCullum can't keep her footing as play runs past her. Players trying for another chance at this. Turn to the near side, and they'll go around the horn, going to the far side at least. Through the middle, back to the near side, and Emily Rogers working through the center backs and just taking their time as we get close to the 65th minute. Still 2-0 lead in favor of Cleveland. The far side, Natalie Corey tripped up a bit, and advantage not awarded, so it'll be brought back again. Corey did have some pursuit on that far side, and she was tripped up on the play. Now there's going to be a conversation between the head referee and Brittany Cleanser. Just talking things over and probably saying, just watch yourself. I'll give you a warning here. Back inside toward the 18 for Cleveland. Some room out on the near side. And once again, it's Emily Rogers. Stepping up to the near sideline, the ball run through. Alinsky trying to cut toward the 18, and that one just ran out of real estate, out for a goal kick. It's a good feed up the near side, though, coming from Emily Rogers, and had the right idea to let the ball run through by Alinsky, but again, just a touch too far, and instead, Players SC will try to regroup once again and move things forward. Ball goes up for a foul, and Players SC will maintain possession once again. They've been down in both games they played, but late goals against Braddock Road put things out of reach. A handful of goals by Beadling Thunder put things out of reach, and still not putting things through, as coming back out, Cleveland United once again. We'll call out Nicolette Grieslinger. And coming back in, Elizabeth Ernfelt. There'll be a change along the back line, and Ernfelt listed as a midfielder. She'll come back out as goal kick is taken back, and almost immediately another sub will be stepping up for Cleveland United once again. That's Cleveland racing to the near side. A good long run for Alinsky. Alinsky trying to go up the near sideline, and now it's taken out of play, and it goes off of Kimberly Olivares and out for a throw-in now. Emily Rogers will take this next throw, and substitutions coming on, and we'll take this time to remind you that the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships are brought to you in part by the National Guard, the official armed forces branch of U.S. Youth Soccer, and presenting sponsor of the National Championships by Nestle Nesquik, the official post-game drink of U.S. Youth Soccer, and Nike, the official supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer. As the ball goes almost immediately out of play toward our direction. And that bounces out yet again for a throw, and this time it goes off of Cleveland United, but deep in the territory of Players SC. And Alexis Smith will continue to control the throw-ins from the left side of the field from her vantage point. Play in, almost turned right over to Lacey. Lacey with some room. A shot toward goal. Goes up off the crossbar. Another chance. Goes in. That's Natalie Corey. Her second goal of the game, and it makes it a 3-0 lead for Cleveland United. A first golden opportunity for Cleveland sets things up. The nice shot from Lacey coming in, and a strong header from Corey. Again, her second of the game and second overall of the tournament. And that comes in the 68th minute of play in a 3-0 lead. Players SC will have another substitution coming in. And really still trying to make it a closer game. 3 goals are the difference, and they've had to play a lot of the time in their offensive half of the field now in the second half. But again, it's about stringing things together, just like Cleveland had a bit of trouble in the first half doing so after their initial goal. Alexis Smith trying to cross it in, and the white wall is right in front, so instead they'll have to retreat back once again. And Michaela Morris right up the middle and cross back. And trying to head it toward the 18-yard box, and no one able to make a run, so it'll just roll right back. And once again, they'll have to work from the back part of the field. Natalie Corey has 3 different parts in all 3 goals. She had the first goal in the 4th minute. She set up the penalty kick goal made by Alexis Manoa in the second half, and now a second chance header comes in, and now her second of the day makes it 3-0, and it just continues to become a better and better day for Natalie Corey. As Cleveland retreating back in and moving over toward that far side. Over to Emily Rogers. And back out, and that'll come out to midfield, and looking to reset and turn is Cleveland. Up the near side. Maddie Krezovic. And that's muscled off by Kimberly Olivar. She knocks that one out of bounds off of Krezovic. And it was a nice idea, though, toward the near side. Had some room to run, and there'll be a substitution coming in now for players. It's Kristen Young. And she'll step in for Tessa DeYoung. And up and off of Michaela Morris. Ball goes back out of play once again. Under 20 minutes remaining in this game, and a commanding 3-0 lead at this point as Catherine Zillar to the corner to the 18, trying to cross in, and that'll go for a corner kick, and haven't called much of them today. It's the 3rd corner overall. All 3 have been for Cleveland United. It's the first one of the second half. And trotting up will be Katie Bainbridge. They're trying to set things up, and Rogers will come and cheat in, and she's going to be the trailer inside if she wants that option. She looked to cross it toward goal and said Bainbridge. Getting ready for the cross. Into the 18-yard box toward the back of it. Heading toward goal. Cleared out of the 18. Laycock trying to keep it back in. Bounce out to the far side to Corey. Natalie Corey trying to cut in. And she's dispossessed, and that ball will come well back out to the far sideline. Ooh, and a hard hip check over on that far side, and they'll call that a throw-in. Dangerous, reckless play on that far side, and going down to the pitch is Elizabeth Ernfelt. She just ran right into Ernfelt on the far side, and didn't really seem to hold up that much. That'll be a throw-in now on the far side as we wait for this, and she'll get back up, and head coach Mark Saduka, he comes about midway toward the pitch, and he's still walking out towards there, wondering if she needs to go off for a moment, and I think because of the contact, she's going to bring her off. Maybe looked a bit worse than it actually was. She might have had the wind knocked out of her or just hit right below the rib cage. Yeah, the wind knocked out of her, hands up over her head, trying to get back her breath. It's not a good feeling overall. She was just bowled right over on that far side. And she'll check back into the game once again. She comes back in, and play resumes on the field, and Players SC still trying to advance up that far sideline, and play taken down, and it'll be a foul against Players SC. Ball now back into Cleveland United area. Bainbridge once again over on that far sideline. And now back up the middle of the field. Lacey trying to feed inside, and Krezovic couldn't center it for anyone really in the area, so it comes out to the near side, and unfortunately for Players SC, once again goes off of one of their players. Back in for Cleveland United. The team in white, a 3-goal lead, and Players SC not able to put together too much in terms of successes on the pitch just yet today. This is a pride game for Players SC. They've been mathematically eliminated from semifinal play starting on Saturday. But this is bigger for Cleveland United. They can win Group A with a perfect 3-0 record and only conceding if the scoreline holds 1 goal while scoring 11 of their own. And ball goes now out of play, and we'll go back to Cleveland United. And now up and over once again, and play moving around, and that one goes for a foul against Cleveland. A little too strong on the play, and we'll turn the ball back over once again. Encroaching the 75th minute overall. Still about 15 minutes left, but a lot needs to happen for Players SC to really push forward and make this a bit better result for them, even if they do fall to Cleveland United. Down by 3, they haven't kept a game closer than 3 goals this entire tournament. The closest was yesterday, and that 4-1 loss to Braddock Road Youth Club 95 Elite, thanks to the lone goal from Michaela Morris, but being shut out by Beetling on day 1 cause for desperation yesterday, and they just haven't been able to find the form overall. Ball goes out of play, so another throw-in along the far side for Cleveland United. And the game has gone pretty quietly at this point. At least in the second half. Bainbridge trying to cross in front, and that hits off of Michaela Morris on that far side. It'll go out for a throw, though. And a substitution on this side of the field. It'll be Paige Schaaf coming in for Sydney Sladek. And so we wait for the throw to come from Katie Bainbridge once again along that far sideline. Natalie Corey tries to save it. Bainbridge with a cross toward the 18-yard box. Taken back away. This could be a chance to counter for Players SC if they can keep possession. Oh, they had the advantage there for a moment, it seemed. But they'll not have a free kick. Just taken down in the middle of the field, unfortunately, as they were looking to counter. So momentum is halted. And now a long strike to move the ball upfield once again, and we'll go out of play off of Players SC and bounce out of bounds for a chance for Cleveland United once again. All going out, and still momentum building for Cleveland. They have 3, and Natalie Corey's first goal in the 4th minute of the game still counts as the game winner if the score line were to stay the same. Her 2 goals sandwiched by the PK goal by Alexis Manoa. That came relatively early on in the second half. Racing up the far side, the new substitute coming in. That's Schaaf, and not able to cut towards goal. Cut out by Sela Perez. Back to the near side, ball turned over. A rush for Alexis Smith. Smith still outside the 18. Trying to race to the ball to the near corner. And she just pushes Madeline Novak off the ball, but it was last touched by Alexis Smith anyway. And Alexis Smith was the player that caused the infraction inside the box to result in the penalty kick attempt for Cleveland that they would convert. There have been 2 penalty kicks from Field 14 in the past 3 days, and both of them have been converted, and both of them were actually shots over to the left side of the net from this vantage point. Now Cleveland with a chance to rush. Again, it's Corey. Natalie Corey. And it's knocked out of bounds by Brittany Cleanser, and we'll have the 4th corner of the game and the 4th one overall for Cleveland United today. Once again, Katie Bainbridge over toward that far side, just trotting over. This result will not affect the result of Braddock Road and Beadling Thunder, because the winner of that game will, in fact, advance on as presumably the second team in the group. It's another centering chance by Corey. And still a chance for the room on the near side. Corey bouncing back, and a slide tackle by Darian Gambetta stops that play. But tied at 3 points, Braddock Road and Beadling Thunder. If they draw, Braddock Road would presumably move on as the ball crosses in. And rushing over to that far side. And unfortunately, ball can't be kept in play, so they'll go out for a throw-in on that far sideline. Taken once again by Katie Bainbridge. Looking to go a perfect 9-0 in group play. Across the far side, trying to advance, and once again goes out of play. And play's been settling along that left sideline for Cleveland over the course of the game overall. Had a lot of time in the first half on the near side of the field, now playing a lot on the far side of the field in the second half. And a touch by Maddie Novak. Back up, and Players SC is trying to rally, but they have to get possession and going back and forth across the field. A feed up toward the middle, inside the 18-yard box. Laycock, and that's taken away by Players SC. And out once again for a corner. Corner number 5 on the day and third of the half. And once again, Katie Bainbridge will make the long trot across the field over to the near corner flag and try to set up this corner kick for her club. And so now upcoming is Bainbridge again. Raising her left hand. The cross coming in. Bainbridge looking for the header. And it's hit away by Marietta. Another header by Corey. And Marietta is there once again to stop the advancement and stop Corey from getting her third goal of the game. Another look at that cross in. Initial hit by Marietta. She had to retreat back to her initial spot, and her right foot was across that line, but because the ball was kept out, then that allows for play to resume and Players SC to work back out of danger. Ball goes out of bounds, and substitutions, 3 of them in fact for Players SC. A rotation of a number of players. Coming off Emily Neighbors. And it'll be a long trot as well as Brianna McCullum will also come off, and finally as well, it's Darian Gambetta coming off. 3 more players coming on for Players SC and rotating the squad around as play is set up along the far sideline now, and once again, Natalie Corey over in that area, just keeping possession, trying to maintain an advancement up that far sideline, and they do so with the throw-in upcoming. Heading towards the final 5 minutes of this game, and the 3-0 lead has been the difference thus far. 2 goals in the second half really complicated things for Cleveland, well, for Players SC. Got off to a poor start, a goal allowed in the 4th minute, and 2 more in the second half, and a chance to run out. Mariana's going to come and slide out and stop Maddie Kresovich from getting in the penalty area. Marietta now, the punt out to midfield, and once again, Cleveland United. It's Erica Ritter. Out to the near side. Alexa Smith racing for it, coming over to the area, and she can't save it before it runs out of bounds. So another throw-in for Cleveland. This time, play moving to this side of the field and everyone start to scrunch over in this area. Some room to the far side, and that's where Cleveland like to play, along that left wing. Katie Bainbridge going back there, the left back, to reclaim her position on that side of the field. And Natalie Corey moves it up to Maddie Novak. And a give and go up front, up for Ernfelt. Let's scratch that Bainbridge, and goes off of players SC, and we're turned to the team in white. Bainbridge up the line for Corey. The two have connected very well along that side of the field and working to move up the pitch. It hits off of the referee and bounces out again, unfortunately. Erica Ritter tossing up her arms confused, but off the clearance attempt and off the referee, goes out of bounds. And off to the far side once again we go. A tussle on the far side. Catherine Zallar. Back to Alyssa Lacey. Lacey looking to go toward the 18, trying to center in front and stopped by players SC, and so we'll have our fourth corner of the half for Cleveland United. As Bainbridge sets up on that far side. Another left-footed strike. She is the corner taker for this Cleveland squad. She'll back up to drop it off into the 18-yard box. The cross in, going toward the far side of the 18, toward the top, and headed away by players SC, and the chase is on to the near side. Back to the near side, and Natalie Corey, she's pushed down maybe a little bit easily, and Alexa Smith playing a hard challenge as Michaela Morris is able to clear out to midfield. Now looking for the counters, players, and that's taken away once again by Cleveland United. Back the other way. Natalie Corey trying to just muscle through the midfield and defense, and poor communication between Michaela Morris and Kristen Young to move up the near side. Now they'll try again. The near side and turn back over to Cleveland. A bit of an easy fall, though, a shove coming from Kimberly Olivares on the near side, and Olivares slinging that left arm up consistently. He's trying to get some extra muscle and body. She trips up on the dirt, and Zallar goes to the corner. Looking across once again. Catherine Zallar going to the 18. She keeps it in, trying to center in front for a chance at goal. And just couldn't find the net. Decent chance from Alyssa Lacey, centering it in front to her at the penalty area. And just opened her left foot just a touch too hard. The right idea going to that far corner as a couple more substitutions will come in for players SC. Ashley Commandator and Tessa Dwyer. As the dark clouds start to loom in over and our position in the final 5 minutes before added time. And Marietta trying to clear it to the near side, can't do so, and once again, it's Cleveland United coming to the near side with the possession of the ball. Back up the near side. Krezovic trying to cross at the 18, and that'll sail up and over and go out once again for a goal kick. And in this presentation of the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships, brought to you in part by Skills, the official player performance trading sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer, by Sports Authority, the official sporting goods retailer of U.S. Youth Soccer, by Wilson Trophy Company, the official awards, medals, and pin supplier of U.S. Youth Soccer, by the NSCAA, a proud partner of U.S. Youth Soccer, and Major League Soccer. U.S. Youth Soccer is the official grassroots partner of the MLS. Play whistle down and a foul around midfield. Now to go back to the zone for players SC, and no sense of urgency for either squad. Cleveland just looking to prolong the time, and players SC a bit gassed and knowing that hope is running thin to at least garner a point in this tournament. The cross inside, and once again Cleveland has an answer, and Catherine Zallar, some room on the far side to run. Through ball along the midway line, looking for Natalie Corey, and that'll be cut off before it starts by Brittany Cleanser. Drop back pass to Alyssa Turner. launch up the field. And back out to the far side. And once again, moving the ball around midfield. It's been relatively relaxed as 1 minute will be added in the second half of play. A relaxed atmosphere in the second half, especially since that penalty kick goal by Alexis Manoa over on the near side of the Cleveland United bench. No sense of urgency, no need to hoot and holler, just trying to make sure everything is maintained and a possible clean sheet in their future. Would be their second in 3 games, as a goal kick will result off this play from Players SC. Had a 3-0 victory against Braddock Road and a 5-1 victory against Beadling Thunder. As ball goes back to the keeper and back out to the far side, and neither keeper and Kaylee Piscianeri and Alexis Carpenter really tested that much. Maybe 3 total shots on net, but they were all weak chances. Nothing super threatening toward that area and all outside the 18 as Catherine Zallar held up a bit, but still making her way down the far side of the field. Zallar thinking in the 18, trying to rush toward goal, centering in front for Krezovic. Krezovic cut off. She tries to shoot. And ball races just outside before Maddie Krezovic could get a good shot toward goal. Maybe that initial first touch would have been good. Has taken another look at that, and Zallar crossing in. Krezovic couldn't turn around and was obstructed just a touch as play expires here from field number 14 on the final game of round robin play. It's a 3-0 victory for Cleveland United White over Players Soccer Club 96 Elite. It's a second shutout win for Cleveland United and the second clean sheet for the pair of goalkeepers. And for Players SC, they go out with an 0-3-0 record, losing by at least 3 goals or more in all 3 that they had to Beadling 4-0 and 4-1 to Braddock Road before today's 3-0 loss. And the play went right through Natalie Corey through the course of the game. All 3 goals set up or scored by her, 2 of them off of her foot. And the third, sandwiched between her 2 awarded goals, was developed from the play from Corey herself. And the first national tournament appearance, it's an 0-3-0 record again for Players SC. And with that, Cleveland United will win Group A in the U18 Girls Group and will await the results of this afternoon's matchup in Group B to see who they will play as the number 2 seed coming out of that group overall. It'll make a nice, easy day off for them tomorrow, scoring 11 goals and only conceding 1 in their 3 total games overall over the course of the past 3 days. And relatively quiet atmosphere as we wrap up things for the final game from Field 14 in this part of the tournament. Another look back into the parts of this game, and it was Natalie Corey getting the first goal. Right inside the penalty area, left-footed strike to the far side. The goalkeeper, Alexa Marietta, makes it a 1-0 lead in the 4th minute of play. It was an early start to a very long game for Players SC, in a game that was virtually dominated. This is a chance to make it 2-0, and 2 chances stopped off the feet of Julie Laycock, and not too many answers for Players SC overall. Alexa Marietta did everything that she could do to keep chances at bay, but it was just a continual effort by Cleveland United overall that really put the pressure on Players to move forward, and they really just didn't do so. Play just hanging around in the offensive half for Cleveland United the entire time. And this was a decent chance laid on by J.C. Brown, and Brown unfortunately couldn't get her 3rd goal of the tournament, but still a big factor in her first 3 games, and Catherine Zallar had a few chances of her own. This one by J.C. Brown just hitting the top of the crossbar toward the end of the first half of play. And again, Players SC, chances few and far between. This one early on by Brianna McCullum. It was the best chance she had all game. And this is what set up the penalty kick for Alexis Manoa. Natalie Corey going down. And once again, Manoa set up for the penalty kick off that chance, and it was a tackle by Alexis Smith that brought things down. Manoa would easily put that on the left side, past Alexa Marietta to make it a 2-goal game. And that one coming in the 49th minute of play off the PK. Chances for Players SC came, but again, this was one of the few chances that they had, and a launch from far and deep went off the crossbar from Alyssa Lisi. She also tried and just couldn't find anything until after that attempt. It was Natalie Corey, the putback, to make it a 3-0 lead. That came in the 68th minute of play. Corey taking part in all 3 goals for Cleveland United overall on the day. Decent chance here later on, and a chance for the hat trick, and again, Alexa Marietta had an answer and did her best to, again, keep everything at bay, and Lisi, a wide shot to the left. This was a late chance coming in from Catherine Zallar, the last chance to tack on the 4th goal, and Maddie Krezovic couldn't put it in the net, just missed just wide, and that would wrap up play. And once again, Cleveland United coming out on top. Well, that'll do it from field number 14 of round robin play, closing day number 3. On behalf of our entire production team, U.S. Youth Soccer, and all those at Turbo Sports Group, I'm Colin Shuck. Again, the final score for the Maryland SoccerPlex on field 14, Cleveland United White 3, Players SC 96 Elite, nothing. We'll be back on Saturday with more coverage from the 2014 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships presented by the National Guard.